Welcome back to Make It Mental, everybody. Today's video is about the box is bigger than the car. This featured video is brought to you by Psychosomatic. Anyway, what we're looking at here is a Hobby Wing 18 amp brushless ESC. I forget who makes the car, but it is a 1/32 scale slot car where we, or I technically am going to turn this into RC as I did 3 other vehicles. If you're interested in these kinds of things, search out 1/32 scale conversions on my homepage. And this is the last one to get done. So here is a look underneath. So far, I've done very minimal amount of work so far. We can see if I roll this slowly that the motor pinion gear works quite well with the spur gear. I think that I could be wrong because it's been a while since I last touched this vehicle, but I think that spur gear is factory spur gear from this car, and I happen to find a gear out of a servo that I had to drill out just a little bit to get in there, and it just so happens the gear mesh is quite perfect. So before I get anything started, all these high spots that you see, like right here, and all this garbage up here in front, I'm going to have to grind those down with the rotary tool. I might have to grind down some of the frame rail. I don't want to do that because that adds chassis rigidity. So I'll try and avoid that. This kind of motor layout that you see right here, where it's all kicked out sideways, they call this a sidewinder style. So I don't know if that's any good or bad. I have no idea. Anyway, the motor's been put back there. Custom made motor mount. What the size of the motor is, I do not remember. And it's just a simple piece of aluminum. Looks like I just used some coarse thread screws. Very, very simple. So let's see what's inside the box. So you get a little tiny brushless ESC. I did attempt to use a ESC that is, I think, is a little bit smaller than this from a drone, but the controller, I had to actually physically hold it in reverse, and as you released it from reverse to neutral, then it would start to operate. But anyway, if you use a flight controller and we're not concerned about reverse, you could probably use a drone ESC. I decided against it because I didn't want to have to constantly hold my finger this way, and I don't like using stick radios except for when I'm flying. So you get some heat shrink, you get a couple of zip ties, some stickers to stick stuff to, like your grandmother's fine china or something, get some paperwork. Let's visually look and see if this thing works. And just laying it up there, I think it's going to be quite doable. We'll lay our our top down. So I think, just going off what I see right now, we're going to have saddlebag style batteries. So that means I'm going to have to stick one on the side over there to keep things low. This battery connector is going to have to get cut off. These 3 leads are going to have to get cut off and soldered into those 3 leads there. Then our receiver is going to go somewhere in there, and our servo, I'm going to put it somewhere up front. We're going to have to cut this axle somewhere or make a new axle and put a steering assembly. We're going to have to notch it for our turning radius, because it's just designed to go straight. These wheels are not designed to turn left and right, so we're going to have to do some cutting in the plastic. Anyway, hope that gets you guys some information, some motivation to get started on something. Oh, look at that. It's got a little capacitor thing on it. Look at that. I don't think this is going to be, obviously, going to be the fastest one. I don't remember the kV rating on this motor again, but I'm sure it might have been listed, or I might have talked about it before. Let's see if we can zoom in on it a little bit. What the hell does that say? 5700 kV? Am I wrong there? 8700 kV. As long as I'm reading that right. 8,000. So this month, I can tell you this much. When I was testing it with the drone ESC, these tires were coming off the rims. So I need to glue those tires down as well. That's another thing I try not to forget about. All right. Have a good day.